Welcome, huge movie fanatic Nate stopping on by. I just wanted to do a follow-up to the news video that I did a while back, a week ago, or whenever the hell it was at this point, a week, 2 weeks ago. The more recent Friday the 13th, well actually it's Crystal Lake series developments. As you all may or may not know, there's currently a series in development for the streaming site Peacock by the name of Crystal Lake, which is a Friday the 13th series. I guess one season thus far has been ordered, so they're now currently in the process of writing it. So the most recent Crystal Lake news that I found from Friday the 13th franchise.com, among other things, shares the fact that Adrienne King is in talks to do multiple appearances throughout the course of the series Crystal Lake. And initially I thought that would be cool, and then initially you could see it in real time in that news video that I did. I was like, well, you could just, say that her being killed at the beginning of part 2 was just a dream, and that would be that, and she never died. But then I'm like, oh wait, you can see her body in Jason's shack at the end of Friday 2 with the ice pick. Of course, I don't know how many people know that's her corpse. I don't think I even knew for a long time. So I guess the whole reason I'm stopping on by to do this video is just like hypothesizing, like, should Adrienne King actually show up on the series Crystal Lake in season 1, or be a guest or a face that shows up every now and then throughout the course of season 1 of Crystal Lake, and what, in which way is she going to, it just, obviously I just assume she's going to reprise her role as Alice. That was just, kind of a no-brainer. The whole idea that she might show up as some other character or just like a cameo. I can see her just showing up in one episode as a cameo, just some other character or twin sister, who the hell knows, but to have a recurring role, I think leads one to believe, or to hypothesize that, she has to be reprising her role as Alice from the first film. And if so, how are they going to do that? Like, seeing as how she died at the beginning of the second film, and her corpse is several years later can be seen there rotting in Jason's shack at the, the shrine of his mom's head or whatever at the end of Friday the 13th part 2. So I guess that just, begs the question, well, how the hell is Alice still alive? And is that a cheat? I guess you could definitely call that a cheat, because for all these 40 plus years since Friday the 13th part 2 has come out and been out, Alice, was killed at the beginning of the second film, and that's it for Alice. So after all these decades later, 40 plus years, we're just going to say that, Alice never died in Friday the 13th part 2. Honestly, as much as it'd be cool to see Adrienne King back, I don't know how I'd feel about that, actually, the more I thought about it, because when I did that initial video, I guess it didn't occur to me until, like, right live on camera that, oh yeah, shit, there's the corpse, the Alice corpse in the cabin, or the shack. But of course, I didn't catch it for the longest time. Maybe a lot of people doesn't know that's her. I guess it doesn't even have to be her. So I guess the easiest way to have her be a part of the show Crystal Lake is simply saying, and I've thought about this for having Adrienne King come back for a sequel movie or something like that, how cool it would be just to have, because what would be cool about having her death at the beginning of part 2 just a dream is because at the beginning of part 2 she was dreaming about, having nightmares about her events at the end of the first film, and then she wakes up from that. So how cool would it be to have her dreaming about the events of the first film, waking up from that only to die, and then waking up from that. So that's probably the best. That's kind of like a Kevin Williamson tactic. That's probably about the best route you could do to bring Adrienne King back to reprise her role as Alice, is just forget about that corpse in Jason's shack and just say, well, that can be someone else he killed with an ice pick, corpse laying there, because it's not like it resembles Alice. So I guess that would be, the best way to bring her back. And honestly, that would be, if you cut it well enough. I don't know if you could use the footage, but it'd be fun to use the footage from the beginning of Friday the 13th part 2 and cut it in a way where it's like, oh God, she wakes up from the nightmare of the events of the first film and then dies and then wakes up, from, that over 40 years later, still having nightmares about the whole experience or whatever, or maybe periodic nightmares. So I guess that'll pretty much do it for this video. I just wanted to stop on by and hypothesize how the hell they could possibly, have Adrienne King reprise Alice in the show if Alice indeed was killed over 40 years ago in the second film. That's pretty much the only way I can see it happening, is just simply make her death in the second film another dream that she has somewhere along the lines in season 1 of Crystal Lake, the series. Feel free, as always, to let me know what you think, what your thoughts are in the comments regarding this topic. How the hell, when Adrienne King's character is dead, can she appear, as Alice in the Crystal Lake series? Or do you think she's going to appear as a different character? That to me would almost be more far-fetched than having Alice come back. Like, why would she, be a participant in the Crystal Lake series as someone other than the character of Alice? So feel free, I'm open to obviously hypotheses. Feel free to let me know your hypotheses regarding this topic. I guess that'd pretty much do it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so very much for watching. And as always, we'll catch ya on the next video.